Alright, before we get started, can I just get a video of you guys cheering for my vlog?
Yes.
Woo! Are you guys sure? Look, I shattered my screen today. So.
Oh.
Hey, use the front-facing camera because this is shit. I'm the heathen now. It's the back and forth frame. Okay, here we go. Are you guys ready? Yes. Yeah! Hey everyone, this is Toronto! Whatever it is, you'll see it on my blog. Okay, hello! My name is Meg Turney. I currently work for a company called Rooster Teeth. Woo! Woo! Formerly hosted for a company called SourceFed. Woo! And that's it. Hello, Sarah. Who do you have there? Victoria. Hey, don't be shy. Oh, is it not on? That's embarrassing. Is it on now? Oh, there it is.
My name's Victoria.
Hi, Victoria.
I'm going to bring the heaviness, not heavy.
Oh, shit, Victoria. I
want to know if you have any advice for people who are interested in getting into the video game journalism world.
Oh, that's not the heaviness at all, girl.
No.
I figured it wasn't lighthearted.
No, that's fine. No, video game journalism is something that I wanted to do. Actually, I went to college to get a degree in history, and I saw Morgan Webb on XPlay, and I said, I want to do what she does. And my friend was taking an 8 a.m. mass comm class, and was like, I want someone to take it with me, so I took it with her, and now I do this. So, my advice is honestly make YouTube videos. If there's one regret I have in college, one.
You know what I mean?
It's that I never made YouTube videos in college. My friends were making them, and if I had had them to use on my portfolio, I think that would have gotten me a lot further, a lot quicker. So make review videos. Learn how to say cataclysm and not cataclysm. Just make videos about what you're passionate about, and you will get a job doing that. I think the best case study of that is Michael Jones, who did Rage Quit with just in his house. Yes. And he got hired to do that at the company he wanted to work for. So just make YouTube videos. Yay! Thanks, Victoria. Next question. Oh, hello.
Hey, I'm Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsay.
Two things before I ask my question.
Okay.
One is, you are stunning.
Oh, thank you. She moved. Oh, she's over there. This is Amanda. Amanda does my makeup for all my photo shoots, for all my costumes, and she is the reason I don't look so haggard all the time. So, thank you, Amanda. I'll keep it quick, but in Vancouver, where I just was, I had a panel, and I got there, and there were 3 people in the front row, and I was like, oh, shit. And I told them, they were like, don't worry, there's a line, and I was like, I don't believe you. If it's just us, like, we'll hang out, but like, still, you guys can ask any questions, and they're like trying to tell me, like, no, there's a line, there's a line. And I'm like, I don't believe you. So when we get to the panel time, we pass the panel time, it's still just 3 people. We get 20 minutes past the panel time, and I'm like, okay, well, let's just go ahead and get started. And then the doors opened and people just started like flooding and they just held the line for 20 minutes for some reason. I think to give me like an anxiety attack. I was getting punked. But I was worried nobody would be here either. So I'm very thankful for all of you for coming out. You're very, very sweet.
What is the biggest lesson that you learned from SourceFed and how have you taken it forward in your career?
That's a really interesting question, actually. I think the biggest lesson I learned at SourceFed was to fight for the things that I wanted. And I've definitely taken that into my job at Rooster Teeth and into my own channel and the shoots that I do and what I don't do. One of the things that I really, and sometimes it doesn't work out, and I will say that one of the things I really, really fought for that I don't regret fighting for, but is a thorn in my side is Anime Club, because I never never said I was a professional anime reviewer, but everybody who bitches about Anime Club is like, shoot, I was like, oh shit! I'm like, no shit, guys, I said I liked it at the beginning, not that I'm an expert in it. But I fought really hard for Anime Club, and it bit me in the ass. But I really was the only person who was like, we gotta do it, we gotta do it. And it kind of bit me in the ass. But I'm happy I fought for it, and I still do that at Rooster Teeth. Say something. Hi. Hello.
Hi, I'm Jenna.
Hi, Jenna.
I was just wondering what one thing you miss the most, if you can narrow it down about Sourcefed.
One thing I miss the most about Sourcefed, it'd be the people. I miss Steve. Steve and I text all the time. Yeah, we still text, and I don't live there anymore either, so it's not like I get to see anybody or hang out. So, yeah, that would be the thing I miss.
Awesome.
Thanks. Hello.
Hi, I'm Natasha. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
I was just wondering if you could bring us through your very first day at Sourcefed.
Oh, sure. My very first day at SourceFed, I had just gotten dumped by my boyfriend at the time, and I had to wear a slave Leia costume, and I worked Phil's vlog. That was like one of my first days at SourceFed. And everybody there was so sweet. They didn't really know me, but they still were like cheering me up and very sweet. And it was just a lot of like writing and reading and getting feedback and wearing scantily clad costumes. Hey, thanks. Yeah. Feel free, by the way, to join the line if you have a question. Hello. Hi, Carl. Yes, as eagerly as she did. I love it.
I was just wondering if there's any differences, like not like politics, but like how things are run between SourceFed and Rooster Teeth. If there's any sort of like culture shock that happened when you transitioned.
Sure. The biggest difference I would say between Rooster Teeth and SourceFed is at Rooster Teeth you are left to your own devices largely. It's very much if you want to write about it and you think people will watch it, write the story, shoot the story. They trust you to edit. I edit everything like. From start to finish, nobody reviews anything that I do. At SourceFed, everything is reviewed, from script to cut to post. Everything is reviewed, and everything can be changed. Whereas at Rooster Teeth, I'm much more free to say like, well, I think this is important, and I don't care if it gets 15,000 views. I think we need to be talking about it. That's kind of the focus of Rooster Teeth. Whereas at SourceFed, it's more about is this going to appeal to our audience? Like, how are they going to receive it? That kind of thing. Yeah. Thanks. And a lot less farts at Rooster Teeth. Yes.
I'm Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Hi. I think that a lot of the questions are going to be about SourceFed.
I can tell.
Which is also mine. How exactly did you get into SourceFed? Like, was that just an extension of your journalism training?
Oh, sure.
Or was that, like, was it just seem like something internet-y and that seemed to appeal to you? Or?
This question I get asked a lot and I hate answering only because don't feel bad for asking it. Because the answer is really lame, and the answer is I saw a casting notice and I went to a casting call. Like I wasn't familiar with SourceFed at all, and they said it's internet and people who can talk fast, and I can do that. So that at the time was still like SourceFed's thing. When I got hired was speaking super fast. And so I just went to a casting call. Sorry, thanks. Sorry, it's late. I wish it was like I fought a dinosaur. I really wanted to work there. Hello.
Hi, first off, you're very talented musician.
Oh, thank you.
My name is Alex, thank you.
Hi, Alex. Sarah's on top of it.
And I was just wondering, how does SourceFed and Rooster Teeth kind of compare, which I know he kind of went over, and how was the transition, and how did you go about that, and how kind of did it finish?
Sure. So I'll focus more on the transitional period just because I kind of answered how they are different. But the transition kind of started in March of last year when Rooster Teeth initially offered me a job to host for Immersion. And it was just supposed to be like a week or two of super short shooting, and I had no intentions of leaving SourceFed at that point. And then I didn't hear about it. They were like, great, we love you. I did the audition. They were like, awesome, we totally want to use you. I think I got the job in April. And then I didn't hear anything about shooting it until January of this year. And Bernie was just like, hey, you still want to do Immersion? And at that point, I had met and fallen in love with Gavin, so there was a big concern there. From a video in which he was vomiting milk. That's the video they sent me. They sent after the call, Bernie called me and then explained immersion. I thought it was great. And then they sent me a video to say, here's an old episode of immersion, and that's my first introduction to Gavin. And for some reason, I was like, yeah. So anyway, in that time, I had fallen in love and met Gavin, and there was a big concern that it was going to be very anti-me if I joined Rooster Teeth at that time. But then we really didn't even get to make that judgment call because I was shooting Heroes of Cosplay when they wanted to shoot immersion. So I just couldn't do both at the same time. And in that time, I had also decided I wanted to move on from SourceFed. So Phil and I initially talked about my moving on from SourceFed around September or October of last year. So it was a long time in the works. We kind of had a timeline thought out already. And I didn't have the job at Rooster Teeth. I mean, I had to pass an immersion, and they didn't say anything else. So they're just like, oh, no, we understand. And so when it came time to move on from SourceFed, I didn't have anything else at the time. I genuinely was just living off the fact that I wanted to do my own vlog and work on my own channel more, and I knew I wanted to be back in Texas, and then the no happened, and they were like, look, we started this news channel, we think you'd be a good fit, and I said, yes, oh my god, thank you, I'm not gonna eat ramen forever. And so that's how I transitioned to Rooster Teeth. The hardest transition to Rooster Teeth has been the fans, because some of them are so awesome. Anybody in here who likes Rooster Teeth, awesome. Some are less awesome. I got death threats. It was crazy for a long time. And so that was the hardest part. SourceFed fans are incredibly nice. And I guess I wasn't sleeping with anybody at SourceFed, so there's no reason to hate me as much. But that was the hardest part of transition to Rooster Teeth was some of the fan base. Yeah. Thanks. Hello.
So, I'm here.
Hey.
So I feel like it's asked like a legitimate question.
Okay.
So comparing your first day at SourceFed to first day at Rooster Teeth.
My first day at Rooster Teeth, nobody had broken up with me. That's good. That would have been awkward. Yeah, exactly. My first day at SourceFed, I would say, was kind of a surreal blur because I had not gotten, I wasn't hosting full-time. That was my first full-time hosting job. So it was very like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be doing this all the time. For the months leading up to my job at SourceFed, I was actually working 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. at SourceFed part-time, and then from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. at DeviantArt. So when they hired me on full-time, it was like, oh my gosh, I don't have to do 12-hour days anymore, and I get to do this full-time. Like, this is awesome. At Rooster Teeth, it was a little bit more like, I know I love you already, and I'm friends with everybody at Rooster Teeth, so it was kind of like, I don't know how to start, like maybe like your senior year of high school, where you like have all your friends already, and you're like, yeah, I know what I'm doing, and you don't feel like, oh shit, they're gonna fire me because I can't believe they hired me in the first place. So I think it was a lot more relaxed when I started at Rooster Teeth.
And kind of second is, could we do AWU?
Oh, well, sure. I mean, can we do it at the end? I don't know, what number are they on, anybody? 228. 228 is next week? Let's do like 2:30 to give them time to do it. Is there like a special, let me out myself, Rooster Teeth fans. I don't watch AWU. I'm not allowed to watch Rooster Teeth content, it's a thing, it's an agreement. How do they intro it? It's like, it's AWU 2:30, right?
Yeah.
Great. We'll do it at the end. Perfect. Thank you. Yay! And you guys can laugh at me for not knowing what my own company content. Thank you. Thank you.
First question.
Yes. Oh, hi, Jonathan. Everybody gets a compliment.
Anyways, you're all beautiful. Oh my
Yes.
God. Love you all.
All right, no, it's not about you. It's about me.
So, first question. I know you like Asian guys.
Hey.
So, you do Gundams, right?
Yeah.
Do you do it with Gavin? And if so, could I do some?
Oh, hey. I don't think we have like a night to do Gundams together. But in spirit, I would love it. Just how about you tweet me a photo and I'll print it out and I'll put it up next time I'm doing a Gundam. That'd be great. I don't do any Gundams with Gavin just because I haven't built any since we've moved in together, but if our IKEA building furniture adventures were any indication of us building a Gundam, no Gundams will be built in our house. Together we are forced to be reckoned with IKEA furniture. Together we put shit together backwards all day long. Go ahead with your second question.
Second question. Do you want to arm wrestle?
I'm gonna lose, but let's do it.
All right.
Oh yeah, I messed it up. Here we go. Ready? 1,
Go back.
3. Yes, how often I work out. I used to do DDR every day, sweaty self. Since I broke my DDR pad, I have worked out significantly less, but I ordered a DDR machine, which will be at my house next week, so sweaty selfies will continue every single day.
Woo!
Ask 2 questions?
Sure.
Alright, what was the dumbest thing you've ever seen Gavin do?
That's a good question. Here's the thing is like, I don't want to pull back the curtain too much because it's his curtain to pull back, but he's also a very smart boy. He really is. No Snickers. He's a smart boy. The dumbest thing I've ever seen him do, gosh, that's really hard. I do a lot of dumb stuff around him. So he pukes not very often. I don't know. Maybe just something like, I'm gonna keep thinking about this one. Really, like, behind closed doors, I run into everything. I drop things constantly. Like, I'm so the dummy of our relationship. He's always fixing stuff for me, or like making my videos, or dumbest thing I've ever seen. Oh, I got a good one. It came to me. We just got a kitten named Smee. Yes, his full name, by the way, Bob Hoskins, is Smee, full name. He is a little force to be reckoned with, and he freaked out once. We had the doors open, I think he saw like a bird or something, and he freaked out, and Gavin was holding him, and he started like, I don't know if you guys have cats, but they start kicking their back legs too, like the claws out, and Gavin held on to Smee for some reason, and Smee, like blood dripping off of his arm, shredded his arm, and I was like, why did you drop the friggin', he was sitting on the floor, it was not like a far drop, drop the friggin' cat, and he was like, I don't know why I didn't let go of it.
Must hold on. The Snapchat right now and take a selfie.
Yes. We like bunnies. Oh, we got clubs. Okay, now take a snapshot of all the people's time that you just... Yeah. Thank you for it. Are you still Snapchatting over there? How's it going? All right. Thank you. Hello.
Hi, this is my first time doing a Q&A asking anything machine.
You're doing great.
So hi, my name's Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie.
I just two things.
Sure.
I actually started to blog last year. It was actually for a media studies assignment, but I really want to keep blogging. So do you have any like weird, quirky things that you do beforehand, or like weird things? Well, I guess I don't want to say like weird things that you do while you're recording, but like, do you have any like weird things that you do beforehand, or like weird stuff?
I've prepared very little for vlogs, which is evident in my editing. Most often I'll pull up, like I'll hashtag ask Meg, and I'll pull up the hashtag and I'll just start shooting, and then it'll be like, all right, let's get to questions, and then you'll notice there's a hard cut because I'm just standing there like staring at the iPad trying to pick a question, and then I'll answer a question halfway and be like, nah, it's not too bitchy, I gotta keep answering the question. Oh, this is a good one, and then I'll do like the question. So I would prepare more would be my advice for you. And things I do while a lot of time I used to do this a lot at SourceFed, and I actually stopped doing it at SourceFed. I used to, when I'd mess up, I'd be like, yes, and then fuck. Like I would always say that at the end, and there's a great bloopers episode from SourceFed where they hypercut all my my F-bombs. I stopped doing that, so now I just say nope. So like a lot of my vlogs are like me being like, problem, nope, and then I'll just start again. So that's probably like the quirkiest thing I do.
My second question is, would it be okay if I were to take a selfie with you?
Sure, we're gonna cut the selfies off.